Democratic representative from California, member of the Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. They'd never let me on that committee because it had the word intelligence in it. Congresswoman Anna Eshoo, she was one of the Democrats who signed that letter asking Leon Panetta for an apology. She is with us now. Great to see you again, Anna. How you doing?
Great to see you, Joe. Thank you.
Okay, give us the background here, because when the news first came out, we heard that Leon Panetta had said that the CIA lied, and now do I understand it right, that you all heard testimony behind closed doors where he admitted that the CIA had misled America?
Leon Panetta, the director of the CIA, came up to the Hill to a closed session of the House Intelligence Committee to inform us that a program, which I can't discuss, obviously, had been in operation from 2001 until the day before he came to meet with us, and he had ended. He had ended that program. He was there to tell us that no member of Congress had ever been informed. And so the committee was actually stunned.
I'm sorry, Anna, had been informed of the entire program?
That's right.
And you can't tell us what the program involved?
No, that's highly classified.
Okay, so Leon Panetta, of course, has told us before, and we can read the written statement, but you know it, that the CIA doesn't lie. It's not the practice of the CIA to lie. And because of that, obviously, Nancy Pelosi caught a lot of grief, a friend of yours and a friend of mine from Congress. Does Nancy Pelosi believe that she has been hung out to dry by Leon Panetta?
Well, I don't think this is about Nancy Pelosi at all. This is, go back to Leon Panetta's May 15th statement, where he said, "Let me be clear. It is not our practice or our policy to mislead the Congress. It is against our laws and values." Now, this flies in the face of that in a very, very serious way.
Well, Anna, the CIA said it again yesterday after your letter came out.
Exactly. I think that they simply do not want to acknowledge that the Congress was not fully informed. And they have an obligation, Joe, under the National Security Act of 1947 to fully and in a timely way to inform the Congress.
Right.
So this is as serious as it gets.
Hey, Anna,
now, I do give Leon credit for coming up to the Hill and informing us. He had just been informed himself. But this flies in the face of the responsibility, the full responsibility of former CIA directors, where time and time again the committee asked, is there anything else that we do not know? And they said absolutely not.
All right, so Anna, I guess the question is this.
We can't operate to do the work that the American people expect us to do.
So obviously
if they're not going to be forthcoming.
Okay, you're put in a position to have oversight. And you and I'm sure, as we know from working together, we disagree on many things.
That's right.
Politically. But the one thing that I would guess we both agree on is that Congress has to constantly be informed, at least the Select Committee on Intel. We're in agreement there. So if, in fact, Congress was lied to, that should concern all Americans. Isn't this important enough? If you have a CIA director who's saying one thing publicly, but telling you something else privately, isn't this an important enough issue for the President of the United States to step in, declassify this information so we can get the truth?
Well, I think that the committee has to pursue this. I think that there needs to be a full investigation on the matter. It warrants it. What goes on behind the closed doors, of course, is necessary. But I think that in a new era with a new administration, that the American people want to see an agency, all of the intelligence agencies where so many fine people work, that they are on the level with Congress. Imagine not one member of Congress was ever informed. This program was initiated in 2001 and ended the day before the director came to inform us on June 24th.
All right, we've got Mike Barnicle. We've got a lot of people who want to ask questions. Mike Barnicle?
Congressman, I just want to clear up one thing here. From 2001 till the day before the DCI, Leon Panetta, the director, came to your committee, Had he just found out about this program himself as Director of Central Intelligence the day before?
That's what he informed us, and that's why I say I give credit to him for coming up and informing the House Intelligence Committee. He did the right thing.
You say you give credit to him, but at the same time, it sounds from what you're saying that he's lying to the American people, that he's saying one thing to you behind closed doors and another thing publicly.
No, the members that signed the letter, and I don't think anyone on the committee would say that he was lying to us. What he did say on May 15th is that the CIA does not mislead the Congress, that it is against their laws and their values. And that's why we wrote to him, 7 members of the committee, and said, we think that you should restate publicly and say that this statement no longer stands.
Well, but that's what they did today, though, and they said that it is not the position nor is it our practice to mislead Congress, so you have a conflict today. He didn't listen to you, and either the CIA's lying or you're lying. And of course, I know you're not lying. You're a wonderful person. But there isn't really a gray area here. Leon Panetta is telling you one thing behind closed doors, according to what you're saying here, and another thing publicly. Shouldn't that cause you and Americans concern?
Well, it is of deep concern because this is so serious. But what I would say. What I would say to my children when they were small was that little people make little mistakes, big people make little mistakes. We know mistakes have been made. This is a grievous one. This is as serious as they come. Now, why the CIA is sticking to the same quote over and over again, I don't really think I think it's totally inappropriate. But they're going to stick to their line. It's not so. I think it warrants an investigation of the full committee.
I would like an investigation. Katty Kay.
Yeah, Congresswoman, it's Katty Kay here.
Yes.
2 things. One, it seems that this is very quickly getting confused with the Nancy Pelosi saga. Is that going to make it harder for this to be clarified? And the second is, does this program need to be declassified in order for the American public to really understand what happened and whether the CIA lied to Congress? I mean, can Americans understand what happened if they don't really know what we're talking about?
Well, I think that's why there needs to be a full investigation. A full investigation. Who set up the program? How can it be that one CIA director after another that are now retired and others never fully informed the Congress? And so I think that that is what is necessary. I think the full committee was absolutely stunned when we were informed that a program was in place from 2001 until 2009.
Did Republicans express similar concern? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
They did.
So I would guess this would be a bipartisan issue.
Listen, we're all patriotic Americans. We understand the gravity of the job that we have to do on behalf of the American people at the House Intelligence Committee. Of course they were concerned. We all were. We were more than concerned. We were stunned.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for being with us.
Joe.
And of course, I'm glad to hear that because when Congress is misled, if that happened, that's not a time to circle wagons politically. It's great seeing you again.
It's great to see you, Joe, and I wish you well.
And I wish you well, too, and come back when the investigation's launched.
Okay, thank you.